There we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are back. Happy New Year, everyone. This is going to be our January edition of the RUM-Gaming Monthly Pulse month here on Twitch and YouTube at 8 p.m. Central Time, first Tuesday of every month. You guys know the drill. I am Dragon Lord. I'm co-hosted here with Big Texas Goat. This is our show. We host it every month where we talk about news within our organization and nonprofit. We talk about relative veteran topics and just whatever we can think of, things that are new, news, things like that related to veterans. And then we also do a little bit of pop culture and gaming. It's mostly gaming. I say pop culture because sometimes we'll talk about TV shows and movies and things like that. But most of the time we're talking about gaming, giving you updates on releases. But yeah, you never know what you'll find us talking about here on the. So
when we start ranting.
Oh yeah, you should have been here for the first hour before we started. We're over here talking about Fallout for literally the 30 seconds before we started is when we wrapped up the conversation. So it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah. So in typical fashion, we'll start with our RUM news.
Yep.
So we have and what we've been meaning to do last month and forgot is trying to announce our monthly 3D printing winners.
Yep.
So, and I actually haven't made, I think it was December when I showed like the failed Eagle globe anchor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or it still had all the supports on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So this time I actually have a finished one. Actually, it took like 3 or 4 failed prints and ended up finding a different guy that actually redesigned the model. And was actually able to print it and take all the supports successfully off of it.
Beautiful.
See myself.
Oh no, the green screen's messing with it. Doesn't like
it's fine.
Here, you know what?
Let me go one piece at a time. Eagle
on the big screen, and globe and anchor.
Yeah, and you can see like the ropes floating around the anchor.
Yeah,
holding in front of my face properly. It's pretty cool. It sits on a contoured map of the U.S., a globe, anchor, eagle, and rope all the way around it. Pretty delicate. Scary it's going to break in the mail, but we'll see. But that one's for a Marine veteran named Patrick who requested that. We got our free print for December. Just got to mail it off to him. The next one is for Thomas in the Army, or was in the Army, an Army veteran. He wanted a B-2 bomber that I thought was going to be super easy to make, especially compared to the EGA.
Yeah.
Because this one was pretty cool design. It's just, it splits the bomber in half, prints them up vertically, and then has a little thing you connect to put them together.
Right.
I'm like, easy. I'll knock that out, and I might even send them a couple of them because it's kind of small and fast to make.
Yeah.
So I got to try and make these, and I literally have 5 different versions of this thing trying to get it to print properly.
Oh, no.
All because of the tiniest thing, and I don't know if I can get it to show up on the camera when I squeeze this together, but you can see the slight gap where you can see my skin shining through on both the top and the bottom.
Oh, no.
So I printed one, and I'm like, oh, okay, I probably just didn't clean the bed enough, so I thoroughly cleaned the bed, and I do it again. And then, so now I got 2 of these with the same gap on there. And I'm like, dang it, man. I'm like, all right, fine. Let me, read the comments and stuff and tried, adjusting some more settings. And then I get a third one with, an even worse gap.
Oh, goodness.
So then I found somebody that just didn't split it. And I was able to put it at a good enough angle that I could just print it as a solid plane. And so now we don't have the gap, and it still looks solid. You can even see the windows on there and everything.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Pretty cool. And I accidentally made a mini version that has the gaps as well. But I figure I'm just... Yeah, I forgot to change the size when I made the setting changes and didn't realize until after it was done printing.
You got to see if you can sand it down and just get that gap out and glue them together and just send them to them.
I mean, possibly, but where the windows meet, it would kind of make the windows not line up properly.
Yeah.
But he's just going to get all 5 of these, and he can do what he wants with the other ones. Because
Yeah.
he could always like Bondo it or glue it and sand it and then paint it afterwards. Because these are all gray, so I don't know if he wants to make them black or what. But now he's got 4 larges and 1 mini, and he can do whatever he wants with them.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Good
then,
stuff.
just for the funny laughs of it, I don't know if I ever showed this months ago when I made it, but people do a banana for scale on things. I 3D printed a banana for scale.
Yeah, it's a
that
real
shows the
banana.
inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you like hold the banana sideways. It's like, here's the banana for scale of the size of the small one.
Perfect.
Well, yeah, that's our fun with 3D printing so far. But just the 2 people that signed up for December. So we got plenty of slots available for the free veteran print.
Yeah, we can do, and remember, I don't emphasize this enough, but our goal is to do 10 of them a month, and we're getting 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if any of y'all are mathematicians or anything, but you can do the math there and see how many slots we have open every month. Yeah, there's a big giant Frostmourne that's in different colors and pieces and bondoed and glued and
yeah. Brought this upstairs because I was just going to say that hopefully sometime next month or maybe by the March stream, I'm going to actually print a functional version of this. That's going to be my own personal goal.
There you
Since
go.
ours, the hilt broke off and like you said, it's multiple colors. I never actually finished it. So I think I'm going to start from scratch now that I have a better understanding of our printer.
Yeah.
And hopefully have a nice cool version of this to show off.
If you look at my background right here, you can actually see it, my little 3D printed dragon bust that you got me at Steampunk November. You can see him under the light there.
Did you ever fix the eyeball?
I didn't, and I'll tell you why. Some show and tell. Let me go grab it. So,
Still can't believe we put a hole in it.
So, he had a little mishap. This is the bust, for those of you who may not have seen it. It's in the marble PLA, so it doesn't really pick up on camera all that well, but it has kind of like a marble effect. It looks like marble. Obviously, it's marble PLA. But during the event, we had this kind of sitting on the table, just showing it off, because I'm taking it home. It wasn't for sale. It's just to show what we can do and what we print and stuff like that. And he ended up with some battle damage. We cannot... I think we did end up figuring out what it could have been, but we couldn't figure out what could get all the way in there to damage that and poke a hole in his eye. We think it was your cane. It slid around on the table and smacked him in the eye. But, I've decided I'm not going to fix it. And I'll tell you what, it kind of gives him a little bit of character. It's like a battle scar, like I imagine if it were my avatar, like a scar over one of his eyes, So I'm going to leave it there. It gives him some character. But yeah, he's got a little
blood drop right there.
Yeah, a little blood drop. It works, And the funny thing is, it's on his good side. So whenever I put it here, I get to stare at that hole all day.
Well, you know how much you like staring at holes.
Yeah. And then always close by. I got him right here on my desk. I got blue, of course, the resin blue, not the 3D printed, the resin blue.
Yeah, I got a handful of those downstairs. I need to bring them up and paint them because they still have like the weird alcohol lines on. Yeah, like that one, the alcohol lines.
But talking about prints though, one of the things that we have on our list that we typically do is show and tell of just new stuff that we're printing, things like that, and typically that revolves around shows that we're going to, stuff that we're printing for the shows, new stuff that we found. And I'll take this opportunity to make a little bit of an announcement. It's bittersweet, I think. And I think I speak for both of us. You can probably agree with me. It's a little bit of a bittersweet announcement. But we don't have any plans to go to any events, this year.
As a vendor.
As a vendor, we will probably be going as attendees, but we probably won't be going to any events this year as a vendor. It just got a little too taxing on us because this operation, all in all, is really just the two of us. So it got to be a bit much. So we're scaling it back a little bit, but what that does to me, the sweet part of the bittersweet, is we're going to be ramping up on content. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of us in your feeds and on your, in your Twitch stream and on your YouTubes. I do believe we're going to be multi-streaming onto Kick here coming soon. So make sure if you have a Kick account, you come check us out on Kick. But yeah, so we may slow down on show and tells for 3D prints and stuff like that. We may not have something every single month to show and talk about when it comes to new prints and things like that. But with that being said, we do have I'll let you say it about the overstock that we have from the event and what we plan to do with that.
Yeah. So in the near future, we're going to take the stock that we've been mass printing to go to these vendor shows, and we're going to take new photographs and new inventory, and we're going to put it all on the website, like shipping cost included and whatnot. Just a one-time donation gets you that item shipped to you. And so here in the near future, we'll have a whole laundry list of probably 100 different things on the store instead of just the military seals that we currently offer.
Yep.
We're still always trying to have the military seals in stock, for those that, want one or know a veteran. It's an easy gift to buy a veteran because guarantee you almost nobody has one sitting on their desk or anything. But yeah, we're going to add all those to the stores. And then we threw around the idea this weekend of trying to come up with like 3D printed like donation packages, or maybe something tied with like our book club that we have going on, have like a bookmark package. So we got some other ideas in the works, so we still might have some things for show and tell, but it won't be, potentially, again, if everybody starts signing up for prints, I'll have 10 unique prints every month.
We'll have 10 things to show off every month, of course.
But as far as just what we're producing on our own, that's going to be a little bit less options.
Yeah. So with that said, keep an eye on the website. That will be going live here soon. We'll make an announcement when it does go live for that. So keep that in mind. We're kicking around some ideas like you talked about with the mystery box. We are, if you haven't tuned in, we always forget to mention them. But we're definitely worth doing. There is a monthly book club that RUM-Gaming hosts. The ladies of RUM-Gaming host every month. Make sure you join our Discord for details on that. They do a stream every month where they talk about the book. It's completely interactive. So if you're a big reader and you want to participate, join the stream, join the Discord, hop in the channel. I'm sure they'd love to talk about it.
So it's a constant ongoing Discord discussion. So always welcome to jump in there.
Yeah. And it's not, I mean, if it's, a couple of days before it's okay. Show up whenever. You don't have to wait. There's not anything like that you have to wait for, no kind of requirements or nothing like that. If you don't have the book, there's not a whole lot we can do to assist with that, but we can see what we can do. But we try to pick books that are easy to find and reasonably priced. So yeah, make sure if you're into books, make sure you stay tuned for that. Goat, you've got something?
Well, I was just going to say that as far as the additional content, one thing we have added, one thing we're still working on as well, is trying to do more online events and stuff to try and bring our community together. So we're going to try and find like video game tournaments to host, or if possible, some in-person events. That's a little bit more harder to do since we are 2 states apart. But we're going to try and find like free games that we can somehow come up with a tournament style event for. That way nobody has to worry about paying anything. Just find a free game, new game, get to test it out and have a little tournament, win a 3D print or Steam gift card or something.
Yeah.
Then also, kind of stealing from our new friends here in town, the Eagle Ops group that does a lot of in-person veteran events. So they do free golfing and shooting ranges and bowling nights and all kinds of stuff. They have like 4 events every week, every month going on for veterans in the Tulsa area, if you haven't heard of them. Yeah. They also do called fire pit nights in the wintertime, and then they have like think they're called like beach games in the summertime where they do like cornhole and stuff. But the fire pit ones, I've attended one, and we got another one coming up here like next week. It's where you literally just sit around this like propane campfire, and they bring like s'mores kits and stuff, and you just sit around with those veterans and just bullshit.
Yeah.
Just talk about life again, hanging out with people that are like-minded folks,
Yeah.
And I wanted to kind of steal their idea and try and do our own virtual thing. So we created a channel in our Discord called the Veteran Roundtable, where we're going to try and host some virtual fire pit nights. We just have a night where everybody can just jump in that same channel and just shoot the shit, just in an open conversation. You can either just come talk, you can come and listen, you can type in the text channel if you don't feel like talking.
Yeah.
Just somewhere to, once a month, once a quarter, however often we set it up, just sit in the channel and talk, same as we would at these fireside nights.
Yeah. And I mean, I also envision that channel as a place to go if you just need somebody to talk to, right? It's one of those, the channel will probably be empty for most of the time, but if we do see somebody in that channel, us as the admins and the admins of the Discord and some of the more active community members will see that and we'll know, somebody's there waiting to talk, that wants to talk about something. And so we'll try and make sure that we pop in there and chit chat with whoever hops in when they hop in there. So, it's a safe space. It's a good place for anybody to go if they just want to talk, share stories, or, if they have something serious, if they got something deep they're going through and they want to talk with somebody, it's a place to go. Go to post in the chat.
We're no licensed therapists or anything, but we're always here to talk if you need somebody to talk to and don't feel comfortable anywhere else.
Yeah, if you need a friend, that's great. We can be your friends. But go post the website to the Eagle Ops in the chat. Jandera also said, even if you don't have the book or read it for the book club, they encourage you to still go ahead and join, right? They still talk about other books and they're always open to suggestions. So if you are in the middle of a book when you join the book club and you want to, talk about it, show up, suggest it to them. I'm sure they'd be happy to read it if they haven't already. My wife, I know she read, I think it was like 400 books last year. 200. Okay. So yeah, so she just pantomimed through me 200 books last year, which is, in my opinion, astounding. I don't understand where she finds it. They're not small books either. A lot of them aren't, at least from what I see. They look like the goddamn dictionary, some of them, so yeah, she's always reading. So, and so is your wife, Crystal. They're always, Jandera, they're always reading the books. So she won't send Jandera's not her number. Come on, flex it. If you want it, if you got it, you know what I'm saying? Also really important, we try to remember to talk about this every time. We posted in the chat here, Veteran Crisis Line. You can chat online or you can text the number 838-255. You can also dial 988 and press 1. They can help. So please tell your friends, use it if you need it. They'll never turn anybody away. And Jandera's number is 280. It's pretty impressive. You know what my number is? 0. That is 29 more than I read last year.
Now, if you want to count, articles and random information.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I read all day. I'm reading our list right now. Like I read all day long, every single day.
I read a lot of words. They're just not in books.
Very avid reader. Just I don't read books. That's the difference.
It's like I told them in their book talk stream. I was like, I read my combat text all the time.
Yeah, that's right. You got to read those damage numbers,
Yeah. Well, anyway, moving on to our next topic. We find, speaking of other veteran organizations, like we're mentioning Eagle Ops, we found a couple more. I'm always like, no sleuth of looking for other nonprofit organizations, but I do try and keep my ear to the ground, do some searches every now and then. It's amazing that I've been doing these searches. I think even when we were doing like our weekly stream, I was doing searches for groups like this, and
yeah, you've been
still
searching
find
stuff
some that
up
have been around for
forever.
years and never seen it cross my radar. So one of them is called Pinups for Vets, and I'll copy that link in here. This one is pretty interesting. I think they've only been going since like 2022, if I remember correctly. Like not a super long time. No, this is 2006, so I don't know. Maybe I'm a liar. But
Liar!
I swear, yeah, it is 2006. Jeez. But anyway, what they primarily do is it's one veteran, and I'm guessing she recruits other veterans or spouses. It doesn't really go into details where she gets all the calendar models from, but literally makes old school pinup calendars of veterans to raise money for veterans.
Yeah.
So they're a nonprofit that raises funds for donations to VA hospitals. They do military spouse makeovers, deployed troops care packages. They take like clothing packages to like veteran homeless shelters, and they're strong promoters of volunteerism at the VA hospitals. So they're kind of spread it out, as much as they can, and they do this by just selling a bunch of stuff. So they do primarily pinup calendars, and they have those same pinups on playing cards as well. And they have a variety of like challenge coins and patches and just a whole slew of products, like all geared towards all veteran themed.
Yeah, and we say pinup, and I don't want to scare anybody away. This is very tasteful. It's not
old school 60s
old
pinups.
School, like there's I looked through. I think they had like some galleries of some previous pinup pictures, and from everything I saw, there wasn't a single bikini in sight. At least not like the triangle bikini, like we know today.
It's like a 1960s.
Yeah.
Swimsuit.
It's very tasteful, very elegant. It's really well done, in my opinion. I think it's awesome. It's super cool.
Yeah. Like the skimpiest thing on there is like a romper.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool what they're doing. Like I said, I'm surprised, they've been around since 2006. Never even heard of them.
Yeah.
But that's one group that we found. The other one is a little bit more elusive, but still pretty cool. It is called War Horses for Veterans. They do primarily equine therapy. Anybody's ever heard of that? You basically go and like ride horses, take care of the horses,
okay,
and,
so
groom them and stuff.
Matter of fact, I can actually clarify this because I've done extensive research into this. If you would like, and I found out how veterans can actually access this outside of this. The VA offers this. You can get
I
equine.
thought they recently added that.
Yeah, so there is a program that you can enroll in through the VA, and it doesn't change your existing benefits at all. It's just an add-on it's optional add-on. It's called the Whole Health Program. I think I talked about this a little bit a few months ago. Yeah. But what it does is it tells your primary care to change the conversation a little bit, and it's no longer okay. These are your numbers, and this is what we're going to do to fix it. These are your numbers. What do you want to do to fix it? And it adds on a bunch of things like chiropractic care. Standard through the VA is for injuries. It's to fix something. They're not going to prescribe you a chiropractic visit for a chronic issue, whereas on the Whole Health Program they will. I've been going to the chiropractor for over a year now, every 3 weeks through the VA because of this Whole Health Program. The rationale behind it is not because it's fixing an issue. It's because it raises my entire health, my like all of it, right? My quality of life is increased because I get to go to the chiropractor and get these adjustments that keeps me out of pain. And they offer now this isn't something that you can find everywhere. It has to be offered in your location. So the equine therapy isn't a thing that may be offered directly through your VA. It just may not be available. for that. But from my understanding of it is you actually don't get to ride horses. That was one of the first things I was like, oh man, that's cool. You get to go ride horses. And the first thing they told me was, no, you actually do not ride horse. The point is you are to just be in proximity of the horses and to care for them, feed them. They are there as a tool for your comfort. You're not there to ride them. You're not there to board them. You're just there to be in their presence.
Kind of like a cat cafe.
Right, like a cat cafe or like an emotional support dog or cat, right? It's just a horse. That's really all it is.
I have seen some that do also do horse riding.
Do they?
Yeah, not all of them do.
Yeah, no, okay, so maybe I'm wrong. Not all of them do. But I know the one that I would have access to doesn't do that. You don't go and ride the horses. You just get to be around them, and you can feed them and you can groom them, stuff like that. But
and so, like speaking of finding places like that, I haven't signed up for it to see all that it offers myself because it's kind of like a multi-stage process, and I just found out about it on Sunday. War Horses for Veterans has their own little like private network of other veteran supporting groups, and I've seen on a few pages here where they are linked with other people that do equine therapy. So if you are trying to find where you are, you might be able to go to their website and sign up for their network, the War Horses network. And they might be able to, find you one if you can't find one on your own. Because a lot of these might just be, somebody has a ranch and they don't have like a website or anything.
Right.
They just have a ranch and they're signed up with these people as part of the network. So there might be a lot of places to go get something like this that you're not going to find online. You're only going to find it by joining this network and having them find somebody for you.
That's a super cool idea, and it's something I'd like to participate in at least once because it just seems like a blast,
Yeah, I was looking at theirs. They have 1-day programs where they take between 10 and 12 people at a time. They also do first responders for any first responders watching, or if you know any. They have a 1-day program where they do 10 to 12 veterans at a time, and they seem to do that pretty regularly that you can sign up for. And then they have a 5-day program, but that one's really exclusive apparently because it says they're going to be accepting applications for open enrollment available from September 1st to October 31st, 2026 for their 2027 5-day program.
Yeah, so they must be already filled up.
Well, yeah, because you have to sign up between 1st of September, end of October.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang. So just now found out about it in January. Got to wait till next, September to sign up for next year's group. But still cool. I mean, something to plan for the future because it is a 5-day thing. So it's not like you can just take 5 days off of work, and it's all the way in like this one's in Stillwell, Kansas. It looks like.
Yeah.
So if you're not near there, you have to travel and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they give you a full description of everything they'll do. And like you were saying, even there, it doesn't mention on here that they let you ride them. It just talks about going through, there's this kind of like a team building exercise as well.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You learn about horsemanship, challenges, kind of like the fireside talk, but like you said, or like we said earlier, it's kind of like a horse cafe.
Yeah.
It's a veteran horse cafe.
Yeah, pretty interesting concept.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like I'd rather just sit with a cat in my lap instead of a giant horse. But...
Like, I have a cat, I have a dog. I get to experience that all the time. It's not not often you get to go and mess around with horses. And horses are just such gentle giants. Like, they're such big, powerful creatures, but they're so docile and friendly. Like, it's just, I don't know. They're really cool to be around. I think they just have this aura about them,
Yeah, which I think is the point, that kind of brings a peace to you being around something that large that doesn't mean you any harm in a sense.
Yeah.
Whereas like a cat, you still kind of worry that a cat might claw your eye out.
Yeah, they could. But moving on
Yeah, but
to our typically our longest topic is the gaming and pop culture section, where we talk about uh, typically the most recent releases, things that are be coming out throughout the month, and then things that we're excited about throughout the year. We're going to be talking about one in particular that I've been talking about every month for about 6 months now, but the time has finally come. It's
I was surprised when I saw it on your list again.
It's finally here. I cannot wait. But we'll go ahead and start it off with one that you added that I hadn't actually seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the ones that I found. Yeah.
Ardum.
So, yeah. What I found is you can either do solo co-op, or it looks like there's going to be like online servers, like a standard survival game.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a survival game in a virus apocalypse environment. And instead of zombies, you have mutated beings. So it kind of reminds me of Miscreated.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, it doesn't have an official release date, but it's supposed to be early access sometime in early 2026. Looked pretty interesting. It was a little bit more involved. I mean, hopefully just more involved than Miscreated was. It says you're going to be able to like repair vehicles and like restore civilization, basically, is your goal. Not just survival.
Looking at the gameplay from this particular already looks a little bit more polished than Miscreated was, at least when I played it, or when we played it.
Well, and in the trailer there, it shows them driving around in an RV that looks like you can actually like live out of, like a mobile base. And I'm like,
yeah,
I always like the idea of mobile base games. It's kind of why like I really wanted to play Pacific Drive. Just
like even ISIS. I thought the concept of that game was so good, but that game ended up being too grindy. And it was pretty much impossible to play solo. Like, so I get that. I love the idea of a mobile base, and if you are right and you can live out of that RV, that's going to be sick.
I mean, even if it's for beginning, like you look at Ark, you can technically start off living on a boat, but eventually you need a bigger base.
Yeah.
So,
the Atlas,
even if it's just
your whole base on a boat in Atlas.
Yeah. Yeah, so that one looks like it'd be interesting. Kind of.
Yeah.
Or at least give you like, first quarter, second quarter, like when it just says release date 2026, you're like, well, dang it is January. Like, you could be talking about December. But they do have a dev diary that you can follow along, so hopefully along the way they'll give more information. And they have a Discord too.
Yeah. 100,000 wish lists. That's pretty good.
Yeah. A lot of hype. Now they got 100,000 on our list
here is Gold River Project.
Yeah, this one a little bit unfortunate, I guess, for me, because I do prefer the more open multiplayer. This one's only up to 4 players, and I don't know if it's going to be like one's the host and the other 3 people have to join it, or if you can simultaneously keep joining the same world, like server based or not. I couldn't find those details.
It'll host it, and then you can join in while they're playing.
Because it says, I mean, I've seen games where you can like create a world. Look at like Valheim. Anybody can join the Valheim world.
Yeah.
So it could happen, but they haven't given all those details yet.
It kind of gives me the Forest vibes a little bit.
Yeah. So, because it kind of sort of is. So from the description, it says you're trying to escape an experiment across one of the largest private nature reserves in the Pacific Northwest. It says you're being watched, studied, and manipulated at every corner. So you're trying to solve the mysteries and escape, basically. So I don't know if you ever do get to escape or what, but you're just literally almost like it's like a survivalist survival game. So the only thing going against you in this one is just nature, and I assume some forms of wildlife. Yeah, because they're like shooting deers, but no like enemy, no mutated, no zombies, nothing like that. It's just nature. So it's just a nature survival game. But the fact that you can do it 4 people is kind of cool to start off with a little tent and a kayak and work your way up higher and higher. So be interesting to see what the end game of that game offers.
That's pretty cool. They're saying that the game is going to have replayability, and what they mean is substation supplies and points of interest will change with each new playthrough. So it looks like every time you play the game, like from the beginning,
Yeah, like it's random generator each time you play.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
And it has fishing, flying, hunting, boating, like all kinds of unique features. You have to make it feel like a more immersive real life survival game.
Fairview and Sightline Games. Never heard of them, but hopefully it's there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Again, that's another. That one is actually January 23rd though, so that one actually does have a release date. So that's coming out this month, and you can play the demo right now.
It's been happening a lot recently. I've been noticing that a lot. A lot of people are releasing demos, which is the demo was kind of making a comeback. Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah,
so you get at least you get a sample, a little more of a teaser than the video, because a lot of times. I mean, we've seen it before where the video looks amazing, and then you can play the game, and you're like, "What is this garbage?"
Yeah.
It's almost like they make a cinematic trailer, like a Warcraft cinematic, and Warcraft is nothing like the cinematics.
Yeah. We have pretty interesting. Tell me about this one. I haven't heard about this one either.
So this one, it's surprising that you found one similar down the list. So it's like Satisfactory meets survival against mechanoids hunting you at night. So kind of like the 7 Days Night Horde simulation as well.
It also looks like it's a PvP.
Yeah. It's 24/7. You can play solo, co-op, or 24/7 MMO style on servers. On PvP servers, PvE servers, hardcore, creative. Like it's pretty crazy. And it has Satisfactory style like machine factories with conveyor belts and stuff for your harvesting and crafting and stuff. So it's like you get like survival MMO, getting hunted down by mechanoids at night with Satisfactory machine factories. It's kind of like combining so many levels of games together.
Yeah, the factory game genre is getting a really big boost recently, and because like Satisfactory came out, and then if you've been watching the streams, I know on Sundays Crazy Quinn is streaming a factory game called some kind of alchemy factory game that she's in love with, and just even in this list we came across 2 factories.
I've always wanted to get Satisfactory. What's my thing? I've been really enticed by Satisfactory, but I want more out of a game than just the factory life.
Yeah, I agree.
And so getting something like this that blends something that I've been wanting to play with games that I love to play, it's like, man, this is 100% up my alley.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, you know me when it comes to graphics. And this game's graphics,
it looks good. It looks really good. Yeah.
It's like that's always my pet peeve. Like we found one recently called Vane, that's like a zombie survival game, but it looks like worse than the first release of 7 Days from 20 years ago. It's
Vane, what isn't interesting to me graphically, it's the gameplay that's interesting to me, because if you've ever played Project Zomboid, it's a zombie survival game that is like uber realistic. Like you can tear like your clothes to like bandage your wounds, and like if you break a window and don't clear the glass out of the frame and jump through the window, you can cut your hand. Like it's super realistic, but it's a top down overview style game. And so this is basically that concept but put into a 3D space, which is, in my opinion, really, really cool. It's like super in-depth and like highly like realistic.
Yeah.
So that's
I do too. I just want it to be at least this standard of graphics, like Ormod is.
Yeah. But next up
Like,
on our list. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You had something?
I was just gonna say, my typical argument is like I feel like I've played enough of the shitty graphic games in my life that I don't want to go back. I don't want to go backwards. Like I want to keep going, either maintain the current standard or further impress me. Like going backwards is always disappointing, especially when like you said, you see it, and you're like, oh, I love that feature and that feature and that feature, and you're like, but I feel like I'm playing a Nintendo 64 game. Like, dang it, man. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I can overlook the graphics if the gameplay loop is good. Same thing, and I mean, if the gameplay loop is bad, if the graphics are good enough, sometimes I can overlook it. You know?
Yeah. But then that's where the third factor comes in, is cost for me. So
yeah.
You're either going to be, not the best graphics, but a lot of features and cheap, or you're going to have the best. Like, if you're going to want me to pay $30 or more a game, you better have the graphics and the fucking features.
Yeah.
Not one or the other.
But never graphics. High Guard. This game was announced, I think, at the end of the Game Awards 25, and since its announcement, it's been getting a lot of hate, and I don't see why. I mean, I get it. It's another 5v5 first-person shooter, team shooter, like. Whoop-de-doo, it's a reskin of Rivals and Valorant and Counter-Strike. Like, okay, we get it.
Apex Legends.
Or Apex.
It's from those creators.
It's not the same as Apex Legends. It's an arena shooter. Whereas Apex Legends is more of an extraction shooter and a battle royale. This is an arena shooter. But like, it's, and people are, they're kind of beating the dead horse with this one, and it's like, I get that. But at the same time, I've watched this trailer a few different times, and they do have a couple of unique things to it. They've got like kind of a base building element to it that looks really good. And the gunplay itself honestly doesn't look all that bad. So, I'm gonna ignore a lot of the hate that this game is getting early. I think, especially with it being released as free to play, it's definitely worth checking out. I don't think it's something to write yet. Visually, it looks good. The gunplay looks great. It's got a couple of refreshing, different things to it. Yes, it is an arena shooter, beating the dead horse. I get that. But overall, I don't understand the hate. I think it's going to be cool.
Well, because it really circles back to what we were talking. If you're going to give me a reskin, basically.
Yeah.
That just has different modifications to it, then you better give me a good price point. And I feel like that's what they did. Like, yeah, you gave me a reskin that has you modded a bunch of the features to it, but it's freaking free. Like, I mean, come on.
That's the other point I didn't even really speak on, because I mean, that's also very, very valid and true. It's a free game. Like, why are you even bitching at all? Like,
yeah. Now, if you were saying, "Oh, this is our new $40 title," then I'd be jumping on the hate train too.
yeah. But like I said, and that's why, again, another reason why I just don't understand the hate that this game is already getting. It hasn't even released yet. So I don't know. I urge everybody to give it a shot. It's free. Like, what do you have to lose? If you don't like it, and if it really is just a bad reskin, it was free.
Go back to playing the other ones.
It's free, And if you're going into it expecting it to be like Marvel Rivals, I urge you to not do that. Don't try.
I mean, it does have a lot of similarities, but
Rivals. It does have about it, and if you go into it with a mindset that it's just going to be another Marvel Rivals, you might miss out on that unique thing that makes it special.
I mean, I look at it like just having, like our different survival games. You got some that are zombies, some that are mutants, some that are aliens, some that are robots. I mean, they're all the same game, but they're different themes to entice different people.
Yeah.
So you might like Apex Legends because it's more just guns and soldier type stuff, and then you might like Marvel because it's more about superpowers, and you're gonna like High Guard because it's more magic meets guns.
Yeah, high fantasy. Yeah,
it's fantasy.
Cool. Yeah, but moving know, just here another one that I have is Midnight Walkers. This one is releasing on the 28th. I'm going to be a little hypocritical here, and I'm going to bash on the zombie genre because yet again, zombie genre has infected another game style, and we have a zombie extraction here now. So Midnight Walkers is what I'm hoping to be, and I haven't played it, but just, it looks to be a standalone version of Call of Duty's new zombie extraction mode. It looks good. Again, it's one of those things. It's kind of, in my opinion, it's beating the dead horse. Like I was just saying about the arena shooters, I think shooters have been beaten over the head. I think the extraction games are also being beaten over the head. You've got so many of them now. You've got Tarkov, you've got Breakout Arena, you've got Battlefield, Arc Raiders, you've got RedSec, you've got Warzone, DMZ, you've got now this one, Midnight Walkers. It's just making an extraction shooter. You've got Dark and Darker. But yeah, I mean, and to your point, it's a different skin for a different fan. You're in zombies like that, and you like extraction shooters. Well, now you got your two favorites in one game. So there you go. Releasing January 28th, Midnight Walkers, the zombie extraction shooter. Have a blast.
Yeah, depending on the price point, I might pick it up.
Yeah. And then next up on the list is an open world survival climbing game. It's a survival aspect mixed into it. The goal is you play as Anya, who is trying to be the first person to summit Mount Kami in this fictional world. To climb, you'll meet. You'll have to scavenge for food and resources to repair your supplies. You'll be met with all kinds of different struggles and challenges, whether it be the weather or whatever the case may be, as make your ascent up this mountain. The choices are limitless. I mean, you can climb this mountain.
And there's a demo.
Yeah, there's a demo. It's been out for a while. I've played. I think I had like 20 hours in the demo. I cannot wait.
This guy's got more hours in a demo than games he has in his library.
It's true. It's true. I find the art style and the animation style to be fantastic. You may not agree with me because you like the AAA Super 3 Unreal 5000.
Not necessarily AAA, but I'll take AA.
It's absolutely stunning. I'm excited. It's my most anticipated game of this year so far. Released on the 29th. 3 weeks.
Try not to fall.
Yeah. Try not to fall. Next up, we have Star Wars. Interested in. It's a sci-fi. Oh, it's one. It is. It's basically Satisfactory, but more. It seems to be more survival focused. So it's a survival game first with the Satisfactory. I guess secondary, maybe even primary. Just kind of looking at it, it just looks like a different version factory. Some of the gameplay and some of the stuff that I saw in the trailer seemed like it would be a little bit more intense than Satisfactory.
From when I looked up, it kind of reminds me of like the 7 Days Hordes. It says you're going to survive against waves of alien creatures. So kind of like a tower defense. You're going to have your Satisfactory building up for tower defenses against the waves of creatures. As far as how frequent those waves are. I didn't see anything about that, but it was only single in co-op though, so there's no massive play or anything. But this one, yeah, when you see that factory right there, it's definitely more like Satisfactory. That's the huge factory.
Yeah, just the huge sprawling, you know.
Yeah, whereas Ormod
Yeah.
was just the little bitty conveyors inside your base.
Yeah. Yeah. And good news about this game, it's on sale and it releases today. So you can actually go on Steam and you can pick it up right now and play it if it seems like your style. Star Rupture, that is one word. Go ahead and check it out. It released today and it's on sale. So
$16, or you can get the order edition for $19.
Yeah.
Is it the same creators of Green Hell? I saw they have Green Hell as one of their bundles. Yep. Yeah, so this one's creators of Green Hell. So there you
go. It looks like but when you actually got in the game, did not look at all. That's one of them. I hate to say it.
Yeah, that's why it's 90% off right now for $3 if you want to test out Green Hell Anniversary Edition.
Yeah, I hate to say it. That was one of those games. I saw pictures. I was like, "Oh man, that looks like a dope survival game." So I got it and I loaded in. And Goat can attest, he was there the first time I loaded in. It looked like shit.
I mean, they have made improvements since 2019 when it came out.
It's been we did play it. I did play it shortly after it came out. So I'm not gonna throw shade on it now. But when I first played it, it was. It's not in a good place.
It looks like they're doing better with Star Rupture, at least. Again, from the video, like we're talking earlier, it's like this is why I like the demos, because Green Hell's that example where you're like, if I would have played the demo, I wouldn't have bought the game.
Yep. Yeah. Next up on the list, we have interesting. It's something that I expect Goat would want to play, because I mean you're not too much a single player RPG gamer. It looks like it kind of seems to me like it's going to be a spiritual successor to Skyrim in that vein of RPG. The description is a handcrafted world where ruins whisper of past cataclysms. Master the art of sword and sorcery and forge your path with relics, spells, and shape who you become. So, it's just going to be your standard, fantasy single player RPG. Looking through the trailer and some of the screenshots and some of the gameplay that they post, it looks really good. I'm excited. It seems like
it's one of our two that has no release date yet. So.
Yeah, they have a to be determined release date, so we don't know when we're going to see this game, but it was announced. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. I hope it comes out on Game Pass so I don't have to buy it. But just, you could see some of the gameplay here, some of the sword play. The ragdoll animations look really good. Looks like you've got some telekinesis powers and stuff like that. It looks great. So I'm excited for a new entry into the single player RPG realm. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, it looks really good. Looks like you've got like some puzzles and stuff like that. Again, a lot of the things that I read about it seems to be it's kind of a spiritual successor to Skyrim that was kind of heavily inspired by that style.
It reminds me of this is another game like literally called like Sword and Sorcery, isn't
there? There is a game called Sword and Sorcery, but I think it's a VR game though.
Well, yeah, but I was pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah. Played it a long time ago on VR. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Let's talk about before we wrap up for the company. Goat, you were the one that actually added this one. I haven't heard.
Yeah, this is another one that's just says coming soon. So again, it might never come out. It might come out soon. Who knows? But it's another, little bit interesting one. It reminds me of what I know about Don't Starve Together, but it's the description is build like a railroad track system, survive underground as a goblin miner, light your path or darkness will drain your life. So basically, if you don't have a light near you, you start dying. And the whole underground biome is fully destructible, and you have to fight hostile creatures along the way, but you're basically just mining and building and fighting and trying to always keep a light alive, otherwise you're gonna die.
You know, this kind of reminds me of another game that came out years ago called Survivor.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Just a little bit more like survivalish. But
yeah, and I'm seeing like this rail system, and I'm seeing how the goblins are getting run over by
yeah,
this game just looks like it would be a blast. Like
fun.
there could be
Yeah.
so many just stupid little shenanigans that could happen.
Yeah.
That looks fun. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, again, this is a solo or online co-op. I would make an exception for. Like, I could see like me and the wife playing this together and
Yeah.
trying to beat it.
I mean,
Yeah, hopefully it comes out.
we stick our toes into the the non-online co-op games every once in a while. We played that Volcanoids game that was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm still salty that we never beat it.
We basically beat it. We got every single module on our train. Like we
Doesn't
got
matter. We didn't beat it.
We did
90%
everything.
completion is not completion.
We did everything there was to do. The rest of the
You
game
don't know.
repetition
You
over
don't
and
know.
over and over.
We didn't beat it. How do you know?
You're right. I don't know. What I think we need to revisit is we need to revisit Raft. I've seen because I remember you remember the end of the game. We beat the game in like 2 days, and the end of the game at that point was getting to the radio tower and making a distress call. That was the end of the game. Now there's
still pretty much the end of the game.
No. There's way more stuff now.
No, there's way more stuff to do between there, but as far as I can tell, it's still the same ending. Your goal is still just a radio for help.
Yeah, but with more stuff to experience, I think we should take a crack back at it. I had fun.
I mean, there was
the game.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that we didn't do anyway because we were just goal driven.
Yeah, maybe we can. Maybe we'll have a monthly stream or a weekly stream of us playing through it.
Yeah, and then now that we know the game just straight hard ends at that point, we'll try and take more advantage.
I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and he was telling me about how he was playing. I was like, yeah, I played that like shortly after it came out. I showed him like the screenshot we took of our raft, and right at the end of the game, I was like, yeah, this is our raft at the end of the game, and he was like, that's it. Like, what do you mean that's it? Like, that's 2 days of playing it nonstop, and that's the end of the game. Like, we beat the game with that, and he was like, oh, dude, there's like so much more stuff to do now. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, back then that was really all there was.
I mean, even then there was more to do, but there wasn't necessarily a point as far as getting to the goal of beating the game.
Yeah.
But that's how we play all our survival games. We're like, well, let's get as far along as we can, and then we'll work on advancing what we have. The game is just gonna stop once we got there. So yeah, I wouldn't mind going back. Yeah, because that was June 2022.
Yeah, years ago.
Like 3 years ago. There's now 104 achievements. You only have 14.
Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. But with that being said, I think that's going to do our stream this month. Thank you everyone for joining. I'm sure you guys all know the drill right by now. If you haven't already, go check out our website, www.rum-gaming.com. Before we forget, I almost forgot about this big announcement. This will be changing on the website very, very soon. But we are switching our main donation platform from Better Unite over to Give Butter. So if you would like to donate, please do so. You can go to give.com/rum-gaming, and you can find it. You can donate. You have an option to do a one-time donation. You also have the option to do a monthly or an annual or even a quarterly donation if you would like. Keep in mind, we are planning to we have some ideas and some loose plans in place to do monthly swag for those of you who choose to do the monthly donations. As a thank you, we want to send something out to you every month, whatever we can, whether it be a 3D print or some stickers or, you know, some art, who knows, whatever we can get a hold of. We want to say thank you, and give it back. So yeah, givebutter.com/rum-gaming-association-1.
The link's in the chat.
The link is in the chat. That is going to be our new host for our donation platform. So make sure you check that out, and show us some love. We could use it. Check out our YouTube channel. Check out our TikTok. Come join us over on Discord. Check out our Facebook. We just recently opened up a new Blue Sky account. So if you're on Blue Sky, go ahead and follow us over there. RUM-Gaming on Blue Sky. We also have a LinkedIn. So if you are wanting to volunteer, message us on LinkedIn. We can get your information. It does count. We are 501c3 recognized, so it does count towards any volunteer hours that you need to want to have for a resume, anything like that. Or if you're in school and you need volunteer hours for whatever it may be, hell, even the military. I know for the military, for some things you have to do volunteer time. If you need some stuff on volunteer hours, let us know. We can put you to work. If we got some stuff we need some help on, so please reach out if you want to help.
If you're nearby, I need help with inventory.
Yeah.
So I can stop adding to the kids' volunteer hours.
But with that being said, everybody, I hope you'll have
We're
a
gonna
wonderful...
fill out our college resume with 1,000 volunteer hours for RUM-Gaming.
With that being said, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your month. Stay gaming, and we will see y'all next month. Make sure you stay tuned.
On the 3rd.
Yeah, make sure you stay tuned to the Twitch because we are always going live. We will be posting a more set schedule coming up. We plan on hashing out some scheduled times so you'll be able to plan around our streams so you can make sure you're there when we are. So keep an eye out for that, and we will see y'all next month. Everybody, have a wonderful evening.
Yep, have a good night.